A lot wasn't working for me. I think my personal life wasn't working, sort of friendships and things weren't working, but I was ignoring those. I think the real issue was work, when people kept saying to me, you need to work on your self-confidence, you need more self-confidence. Like, well, how do I get that? And people kept criticizing me for, you've got a lack of self-confidence. It's like, well, that's not helping me to criticize me for that. And it was this constant, and it got to work where I didn't have confidence in what I was doing at work. I didn't have confidence in training other people. But what I was ignoring was, it was actually a bigger issue in my whole life. So I was pretty desperate by the time I was looking. I was like, I really need something. Something's got to change here. And what jumped out at me for your one was the testimonies. I mean, you never know whether the testimonies are genuine on sites and things. So I was a bit, I was a little bit hesitant, but actually I looked at their testimonies and they sounded really genuine. And people were saying, I've tried lots of other things. I've tried this, I've tried that, but this has really worked for me. And that struck a chord with me. I thought, I've tried this, I've tried that, and thinking, these people sound like where I'm at. And they were saying this is something different. And I'd done general sort of work things, professional development days, confidence building, assertiveness training, those sort of things before. I think it was the people and the atmosphere. I felt very safe early on. People really bonded. You create an atmosphere where people connect. And I think that was a big part of it, was feeling that connection with the other people, feeling safe. For me, the fact that everybody else had confidence issues was a big help. Often I've done courses where I've had problems with my self-confidence which are worse than most people's, and I felt sort of ashamed of my issues. And I think the fact that everybody there had genuine problems with self-confidence, we were all in that same boat, we all understood each other. And I think if there'd been people there who were just there to improve their self-confidence a bit, I don't think it would have been so helpful to me. I really felt that sense of, we're all in this and we've all got these difficulties, and we all understand, we're all sympathetic to each other, and people are sympathetic to me, and it's just being understood and being with people who are going through the same thing. So I think the fact that people had genuine issues with self-confidence and understood me, I think the trust and the support that came out in the group really helped me. I felt there was a good mix between bringing some sort of drama into it, and some tapping into emotions really helped me. And I liked the emphasis on valuing me. It wasn't just, you've got to be confident. If you go on a course and people are like, oh, this is how you can come across as more confident, or this is how you can do these things that confident people do. But with your course, it was more, this is how to value who you are and get in touch with that. I did 2 courses. So I did the weekly one, and then I did the sort of more intense. It was hard. I'm not saying, I pushed myself each week. I'm not saying it wasn't easy. It was easy. There were a lot of scary things where I pushed myself, but it was a gradual, very gradual, safe environment, gradual working up, supportive, and just getting in touch with me and being, that was the main emphasis. I felt I wasn't just being taught ways to act confidently, or, ways to work on my breathing. I was actually getting to the core of finding confidence in me. I wasn't just being taught, I was actually doing things. We were actually working together as a group in a safe environment. And yeah, it was actually practice. It wasn't just being sort of taught, So personally, things have changed for me that even during the course, I was able to do some training sessions at work, and I was able to use some of the skills we learned. So personally, I've seen changes. I think, so there've been a lot of personal improvements in me. I've seen my self-confidence issues not something to be ashamed of. I've been more willing to get other help and to reach out to people and sort of develop on my journey. So it was the catalyst for other things, which have led to more benefits. Me that I, even during the course, I was able to do some training sessions at work, and I was able to use some of the skills we learned. So personally, I've seen changes. I think so. There've been a lot of personal improvements in me. I've seen my self-confidence issues not something to be ashamed of. I've been more willing to get other help and to reach out to people and to sort of develop on my journey. So it's sort of, it was the catalyst for other things, which have led to more benefits. I think one of the main issues that you addressed in the course, getting in touch with having confidence in your real self, not just acting, not pretending to be confident, but to actually find that trust in myself, in my judgment, in my gut instincts, and to become more okay to be me. And there was that real connection that I think happened in the course, to just start getting back in connection with what I want and who I am. And I think that's just been gradually growing, and it's had some ups and downs. It's had some big downs, with the pandemic. There's been some real knocks. But overall, I think I'm still being more okay to be me. I showed up. I pushed myself a reasonable amount. I ended up doing a second course because I felt I hadn't got where I wanted to be with the first one. And I pushed myself a bit further that second time. I really was going to push myself a bit more here. And I think just showing up and giving things a go when where I felt I could. A very positive benefit was from one course, we all kept in touch and we developed friendships. We've met up. I'm still in touch with people from the course. I'm close friends with them now. We text, we message, we support each other. That atmosphere that was in the group at that weekend has still kept going. We still message each other. We're still supporting each other. We're there for each other, and yeah, there've been some wonderful, it's just nice seeing development. Somebody was able to perform at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, she was, but we don't all have to have done those big things. She did. She happened to do, something, but she pushed herself gradually since the course. And then it's just the friendships. And we just supporting each other. It's hearing hearing what they're doing. And then you realize, well, if I can see them improving, they can actually see me improving, and then you start to look at, well, actually, where was I a year ago? So yeah, I think the friendships, the support, pushing myself, and being more open now to getting more support and help that I need and working on things. It's been a very positive, it's been the starting sort of catalyst for a lot of other journeys. It's been really wonderful. I recommended the course to a number of people, well, generally on sort of social media. I do recommend the course. I would recommend the course. I wish it was recommended more widely, because I think, I was very lucky that I found it, and I wish more people just knew where to turn. And I also wish that more people knew where to signpost other people, counsellors and things. I've highlighted it to a careers service to say, if you find somebody for whom self-confidence is hindering them in their work, this is somewhere you can signpost people to. And I thoroughly recommend the course. Everyone I saw on the courses, it worked for them. They didn't all become, start acting on the stage, but everybody improved in their self-confidence. So I do recommend it, and I will keep recommending it.